Hello, my name is Isaac. I am a student leader at DSPC. Something I think you should know about me is I like beans. Today I'm going to be doing a quick devotional, and I'm going to share about the author of the book and why it was written. I'm going to read the verses of where Jesus is found, and I'm going to share what I learned about Jesus while I read, prayed, and studied. Now, why should you keep watching this? Well, I think it's like the famous painter Bob Ross once said, everybody needs a friend. And sometimes we can feel so lonely that we feel like we need a friend. And I think Jesus is and wants to be that friend to us, but we just have to be willing to accept his friendshipness. And yeah, Jesus loves you. Now, the author of the book is Saint Mark the Evangelist. He is an associate of Saint Paul and a disciple of Saint Peter. His book is the shortest and earliest of the four Gospels, and it was presumably written during the decade preceding the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE. Now, I'm going to be reading Mark chapter 4, verse 35 to verse 41. That day, when evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat, so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." This is three things that I noticed. I think Jesus isn't afraid of what we are particularly afraid of. Immediate dangers or threats like finances or even just personal insecurities. Jesus doesn't feel those same worries that we do because they don't concern him. He is way above that. And that is why I think whenever the disciples were worried, they said, "Jesus, like, don't you care if we die?" And he was like, "Dude, it's the wave, man. I made that. I don't." Another thing I noticed is that he cares about us enough to show us. We are his creation, and God cares about us. He loves us. We were made in his image, and he wants to protect us. He wants us to come to him. So I think he showed that in the story whenever he protected them, and then just like he took a few steps back and was like, "Hey, I care about you. Don't worry, man. I'll protect you." And my final point is he cares about us. He has the ability to protect. He's God, man. He made Earth, this giant ball we live on. He made that. Like that giant star that lives super far away. I don't know, it's like Sagittarius something. He made that. It's really hot and really big, and that's there. He made that. Jesus is worth getting to know, and I will recover the points that I previously made. He is not afraid of what we are afraid of. He cares deeply about us, and he has the power to calm the storm. If you want to know more about Jesus, go for it. I think it's pretty cool. He did a lot of cool stories, and like I said, a friend to have in the darkest nights.